Hey guys, free pick time. All right, back with another free play. So today I have a baseball play for you guys. I'm going to walk you through why I think this play has value. Before we jump into that, yesterday in CFL, we had our first 2-unit play of the year. We've gone halfway through the season pretty much and have not had a 2-unit play up until yesterday. We got another one today. So back to back. Imagine you go through half a season, no 2-unit plays. You got 2 of them in a row. So we picked up a win yesterday, guys, despite the fact that our quarterback threw 5 interceptions. Even with 5 interceptions, we managed to get it done. The important thing to me in this game, and I know people are not going to be able to comprehend this, but the important thing to me was that we beat that closing line and we beat it handily, okay? If you continue to find value over the long term, and this is the thing that people don't understand about sports betting, if you continue to find value over the long term, wins are going to come. That is a foregone conclusion, all right? Yesterday, that line went from +2 to -1. It moved 3 full points, okay? That is value. That is like the epitome of finding value right there. Now, overall, okay, over the long term, if you do that, you're going to win money. And we're not afraid to go into battle and lose, all right? We're not afraid. It's going to happen, okay? Nobody wins all their games. Nobody wins over 60% long-term at -110. And Billy Walters has proved that to the entire world. All right? Don't be afraid to go in and lose a battle, because the only way that you're going to lose the overall war, which is really what matters, is if you overcommit your troops. All right? We'll use that analogy, guys, because I want it to resonate, that if I told you that 100% you will win a war, as long as you don't sacrifice your troops stupidly, okay? Troops being our bankroll. And that is the problem that most people have, is they get so hung up on the fact that they just lost a battle that they make a knee-jerk decision and they said, send in the reinforcements, let's get going. And pretty soon they get slaughtered and they've lost the war, all right? Your dollars, guys, are your troops, all right? Your bankroll is all you have to win the war. And without them, you got no shot. All right. And this is why we always come back to practicing bankroll management. But it is also why we understand that it doesn't necessarily matter if you win or lose on any given day. I know that sounds crazy to people. The only thing that matters over the long term is that you are identifying value and practicing bankroll management. That's it. Okay. If you find value, the byproduct of that is you will win money. All right. So we ended up winning yesterday. We found value. It came in. The game did what it was supposed to do. But at the end of the day, had we have taken a loss on that, I still would have looked back at this game and said, we're on the right side. It is what it is. Right. All right. So before we jump into today, our free pick yesterday, New York Yankees, less successful. New York Yankees and Baltimore had over in that game. They scored 1 run. Okay. 1 run. Now, I said before, look, you have to be betting ugly in sports over the long term to, be profitable and to find the really sharp plays that are out there. And that's 100% true. And I go back to one of the things that, I struggled to communicate to people early on when I first started, doing this publicly and especially getting into Masterclass. And now that, we're 3.5 or 4 years into Masterclass, I have people's full and complete trust. But in the beginning, there were situations where I say, okay, guys, look, we're going to take the New York Jets straight up to win the game, 7.5-point dog. And then the Jets get blown out by 35 points. And people are like, dude, how could you bet the Jets? What are you thinking? What are you doing? Because sometimes when you bet ugly, it goes ugly. All right. But there's other times where I say, all right, you know what? We're going to take Houston. I know they've only won 1 game all year long. Okay, but we're going to take them. They're a 10.5-point dog, take them outright. And then they win the game by 14. And you look like a hero, which who cares about that? What you're ultimately trying to do is put money in your pocket and positive ROI. So there's games where people say, wow, that's incredible. I can't believe you paid. It's not incredible. It wasn't like a miracle. It wasn't like, time travel. It was literally just that there was value there and that the public is so, blinded by specific numbers that betting ugly is often a way to find good value. Okay. But sometimes betting ugly just ends up ugly. All right. But again, this goes back to my point. It's about the long term. That's how we approach it. All right. So Last thing, quickly, we do have, I mentioned this, we have another 2-unit play going today. Another 2-unit play going today in CFL. So we won yesterday's. Another great amount of value. We actually got 2 big CFL plays today, but one of them being a 2-unit play. So if you're interested in that, guys, we also got some baseball. BenderWins.com. It's $99 a month. Gets you my full card every single day, plus all the masterclass educational videos and the Bender Wins Guide to Professional Sports Betting. I would be surprised if we had as many people join today as we did yesterday, because yesterday, one of our busiest days in months, but I don't know. I guess we got a lot of CFL fans out there. But anyways, more CFL going today. If you guys have been watching me for any amount of time, you guys know how dominant I've been in Canadian football, and really it's not that hard. So today's play, we're going to bet against my Toronto Blue Jays in the first 5 innings. We're going to go with the LA Angels, -110, first 5 innings. All right, so Manoah's been bad this year. I mean, there's no other way to sum up how Alek Manoah's been. He's completely lost his command. And if you could say that, it's a very much a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde experience with him this year, I think you'd be pretty accurate on account of he hasn't been terrible on the road. Yeah, he's 2 wins, 3 losses, but he's had a semi-respectable 3.92 ERA, and he's holding opponents to 222 on the road. Now at home, at Rogers Center, it's a completely different story, and I know why, okay? Before I tell you why, he's 0-5. He's got a whip over 2. He's got an ERA of 9, all right, 9 at home, and he just cannot figure it out. And this is a perfect example of a young pitcher who came in, pitched incredibly, and has just lost his control and lost his confidence. And to compensate for that, he is overthrowing the ball, okay? You will watch today, I wouldn't be surprised if he whipped a few wild pitches, maybe hit a couple batters even, because he is just trying too hard at home, okay? The coaches need to sit him down and say, look, settle down, throw the ball. The man's a natural talent. If he does that, he's going to go back to winning baseball games. But as it stands right now, he's a completely lost man. Now on the flip side, facing Reid Detmer Detmers for the Angels. Now, the Blue Jays already looked at their lineup. Naturally, the Blue Jays are going to do the smart thing, okay? The Blue Jays are going to load their roster up or their batting order up with right-handed hitters. Why not? Reid's a lefty, so load up your lineup. Except for one thing, Detmer is dominant versus righties. Okay, he is absolutely dominant. As a matter of fact, this year, the people have managed to get to him and generate runs off him have been right-handed hitters, or left-handed hitters, I should say. So the Blue Jays, on paper, I guess technically, are doing the right thing, loading their lineup with righties. But that's who Reid has been eating for breakfast this year, all right? So combination of those things, guys, I like it. I think there's value here. I just want to focus on 5 innings. I want to kind of get the most out of these pitchers I can. And I love my Blue Jays, but at the end of the day, I hope this is another game where, Manoah just goes out there and tries to overdo things. So BenderWins.com for the full card, guys. I mentioned again, we got another 2-unit play going today. Best of luck. We'll see you soon.